Welcome to South Asia Maps. South Asia Maps is an intellectual Kshatriya channel, education channel. This is your presenter, J. Reddy. Today's topic of discussion is the Islamic Jannat visas concept. Essentially, the talk is about the relation between the estranged Mughal ruler Alamgir Aurangzeb and his elder brother Dara Shikoh. This is the new playlist I started, essentially talking about the political relationships, contemporary history, with a little bit myth added to that. The Islamic Jannat visa, Mughal Empire, Aurangazeb and Dara Shikoh. Alampana sanctions Islamic Jannat visa stamp. This is the Islamic Jannat visa stamp. Alampana sanctions this stamp, Islamic Jannat visa stamp, on the passport of his Momin brother. Momin means a believer, the Islamic proselyte, Islamic convert, a Muslim. The passport of his Momin brother Dara Shikoh. Jannat is like Islamic heaven, a paradise, a garden, a pleasure house, utopia, where Allah resides, the Quranic godling Allah, that is Allah's residence. Opposite Jahannam is Islamic hell. The lowest part of his Khawiya, abyss, all the kafirs are thrown in it. They will be eternally falling below in the bottomless pit called abyss. So Islamic Jannat visa, Aurangazeb and Dara Shikoh. This gives the overall, the geographical map as well as the contemporary historical map. Alampana means a title of the Mughal emperor. Alampana sanctions Islamic Jannat visa stamp on the passport of his Momin brother Dara Shikoh. First we'll look at the provinces in the Mughal empire. You will get a context. This is the political map around about 1682. That is the time Aurangazeb, Alampana came to south. That means he ruled from Hindustan nearly 25 years. 1682 March or so, he landed himself in Aurangabad, that is Devagiri or Daulatabad, in the Marathwada region of today's Maharashtra. Spent 25 years waging a useless, fruitless wars. Was not successful and passed away in Ahmednagar. So this is the political map when he landed in Aurangabad, the capital of Deccan Subahs. This is the Kabul Subah, Kandar Subah, Lahore Subah, and the four important Subahs, Delhi Subah, Agra Subah, and Awadh or Ayodhya. Then Allahabad, Bengal related, Bihar Subah, Bengal Subah, Orissa Subah, Malwa Subah. Then Deccani Subahs, Khandesh and Berar, Aurangabad, Bidar. At that time the Shahi kingdoms of Golconda and Adil Shah kingdoms of Bijapur. Marathas ruled here. Shivaji passed away 2 years before. His son Shambhuji Chhatrapati was the Maratha ruler and his uncle was a ruler in Tanjavur. This is some Nayaks rule here, Madurai Nayaks, Mysore Vadayars ruled from here. Then in the coast we have Venadu kingdom, Cochin kingdom, Calicut Jamorin kingdom, and Keladi Nayaks, Ikkeri Nayaks kingdom. Catholic imperial outpost, Yehova's territory, Goa, the Marathas territory. We have Gujarat, Subah, Kutch, and This is Tata Subah, Multan Subah. Rathors ruled here Sisodias and Rajputana territory. That is in brief about the Mughal Subahs at that time. Shah Jahan, the reigning monarch father, has many children, almost 13, were born to Shah Jahan and his wife Mumtaz Mahal. 7 survived. These are the 7 children. Jaharara Begum, Dara Shikoh, Shah Shuja, Roshanara Begum. The successor of Shah Jahan, his son Aurangzeb, titled Alamgir, the grasper of the entire universe, Alamgir. His younger brother Murad Baksh and younger sister Gauharara Begum. This is the family of Shah Jahan and the siblings of Aurangazeb. What happened? The Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup talks extensively about the Voice of India think tank scholar. Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup wrote a fascinating book, Understanding Islam Through Hadith, Religious Faith or Fanaticism. Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup, and some of the contents now I talk about from that. These are the other Voice of India intellectual think tank. Excuse me. In 1657, Shah Jahan fell severely ill in September, and he couldn't attend passing the urine, passing the motion for a couple of days, and it is assumed is nearly on the deathbed, even though he recovered later and survived till 1666 January. Immediately, civil war started for contesting the Mughal throne among his children. And Shah Shuja, who was a ruler in this area, Bengal, he was defeated by the army sent by Dara Shikoh, was the virtual ruler, de facto emperor, who was at Agra. Aurangazeb was in Deccan Subah as an emperor, as a subedar of his father at Aurangabad. Shah Murad Baksh was in Gujarat at Ahmedabad, and Shah Shuja was in Bengal. The Shah Shuja declared himself emperor, and he was defeated by the army sent by the imperialist at Battle of Bahadurpur near Benares. Both brothers in Deccan, they combined together and moved to north, and they overpowered and defeated the army sent by imperialists at Battle of Dharmat near Indore in Malwa, central provinces, today's Madhya Pradesh, near Ujjain, Indore or Indore. That happened in April 15th, 58. And both brothers next within 6 weeks moved towards the north across the river Chambal near Dholpur, and they were 10 or 15 kilometers near the Mughal capital Agra. There a famous battle was fought, Battle of Samugarh, 15 kilometers south of Agra, where Dara Shikoh was defeated. And he immediately fled overnight from Agra to Delhi, then Delhi to Lahore, and from Lahore to Multan. He was chased by the army sent by the victors, Alamgir, Aurangazeb. Then he crossed into Thatta, that is Sindh, then went Rann of Kutch, he crossed and went to Kutch, then Gujarat, then went into Marwar, and finally near Ajmer he fought one more battle called Battle of Deorai at Ajmer. He was defeated, Dara Shikoh. Then he again fled and went to Baluchistan, where he was given a shelter by the local ruler Malik Jiwan. Within 1 week, he is forced to turn into jailer, and handed over to imperialist. He was brought to Delhi, where Aurangazeb was ruling. This happened almost 1 year after the Battle of Samugarh, and he was tried in a mock court and was declared apostate, that means a deviant of Islam, executed. That is the essential story. That means Alam Pana sanctioned the Islamic Jannat visa. Alam Pana sanctions Islamic Jannat visa and the passport of his brother, Momin brother Dara Shikoh. Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup makes a very interesting point. All the native religions, they have the concept of pantheistic. The God is present within the human, Atma and Paramatma. And a person goes to heaven based upon his good deeds. But in case of conversion-based militant ideologies of Islam and Christianity, human soul is occupied by the demonic, pandemonic. So you will go to their special hell or heaven. Whoever is believer automatically goes to heaven. Everybody goes to hell. Pandemonic, pantheistic. Difference between native religions and conversion-based cradle systems, Abrahamic religions. So this is our main intellectual Kshatriya channel, South Asia Maps. We have a lot of interesting presentations, around about 150 plus. You can go and look at them, and if you like them, please do subscribe and put your comments. This is the contemporary political map of Swartzberg Atlas. What we are looking here is Aurangazeb. He is in Aurangabad. From Aurangabad, he, and from Ahmedabad, his brother Shah Murad Baksh combined together, and their armies joined here, Dharmat. You can see Dharmat after crossing Narmada river, 1658, near Ujjain. The battle of Dharmat was fought, and both victorious brothers, that is Aurangzeb and his younger brother Murad Baksh, moved ahead, crossed Chambal river near Dholpur. This is the Agra city. At Samugarh, they defeated Shah Shuja, and they defeated Dara Shikoh, and Dara Shikoh finally fled and he went all these places like Lahore and Multan. Finally, he made a final pitch at Battle of Deorai near Ajmer. You can see Battle of Deorai at Ajmer. In the eastern side, the Shah Shuja was defeated by army sent by earlier Dara Shikoh at Battle of Bahadurpur near Benares. So this is the book, understanding of the book who is talking about understanding of Islam through Hadith, religious faith or fanaticism. Some of the excerpts here I quoted are taken from this chapter 16, Paradise, Hell, the Inmates and Lost. It's one of the monumental book Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarup ji wrote. Here is the picture of the heir apparent to the Mughal throne, the de facto emperor, favorite son of Shah Jahan, Dara Shikoh. Dara Shikoh was born in 15 and he died round about 59 or 60, you can say. He lived round about 35 years when he died. 45 years. So, the three brothers, Dara is not shown here, Shuja, Aurangazeb and Murad Baksh. Dara Shikoh with the scholars in intellectual discourse. His marriage with Nadira Banu Begum, celebrated with great eclat in Agra. He was executed by his brother after he was stamped with the Islamic Jannat stamp and buried in an unknown tomb in the Humayun tomb. This is the Humayun tomb in Delhi, and that is about That is, in a sense, about today's discussion, that is about Aurangzeb and Dara Shikoh, the contemporary Mughal politics and history. The Alam Pana sanctions Islamic Jannat visa stamp and the passport of his Momin brother Dara Shikoh. That's what we discussed today. We will continue our further discussions on the Islamic Jannat visa stamps and Mughal history in future presentations. Thank you very much. See you later. This is your presenter, J. Reddy.